Have you ever wondered what life is like for the people caught in the midst of the Israel-Hamas conflict? The Israel-Hamas conflict, a decades-long struggle, has shaped the lives of many, but today we delve into the often unseen side of this story. Let's journey back to the late 80s. The year is 1987, and Hamas, an acronym for Islamic Resistance Movement, is formed. Its creation is a response to what is perceived as Israeli occupation and aggression, marking the start of a conflict that would affect generations. Fast forward to the late 90s and early 2000s. The first and second intifadas, or uprisings, occur. These periods are characterized by heightened violence and unrest. The lives of Palestinians, particularly those aligned with Hamas, are dramatically impacted. Families are torn apart, lives are lost, and the community's resilience is tested time and again. The years 2008 and 2014 marked two significant events in the conflict: the Gaza Wars. These military confrontations bring about widespread devastation. The infrastructure in Gaza, already fragile, takes a massive hit. The people of Gaza, many of whom support Hamas, face an increasingly challenging existence. Their homes, schools, and hospitals are reduced to rubble, and the world watches as they struggle to rebuild. Yet, amidst the rubble and the ruin, the spirit of the Palestinians remains unbroken. Their resilience shines through the darkness, a testament to their enduring will to survive and thrive despite the odds. Their stories, while often unheard on the global stage, are a crucial part of understanding the complex narrative of the Israel-Hamas conflict. While the world watches the Israel-Hamas conflict play out, the experiences of those living in the midst of it often go unheard. This is just the beginning of our exploration into the unseen side of the Israel-Hamas conflict. Stay tuned as we delve deeper into this complex and multifaceted issue in the next scenes. How does a local conflict like the Israel-Hamas conflict have repercussions on the rest of the world? In this increasingly interconnected world, local conflicts can have a ripple effect that influences international relations and global politics. The Israel-Hamas conflict is no exception. This long-standing conflict, which took a drastic turn in 2023-2024, has had far-reaching implications, influencing not just the Middle East but also nations far beyond its borders. The 2023-2024 conflict between Israel and Hamas was marked by a series of significant events. The eruption of violence in that particular period saw an escalation in cross-border attacks, indiscriminate rocket fire, and the deployment of ground troops. The geographic scope of the conflict widened, and the violence took a heavy toll on the civilians involved. Thousands lost their lives, infrastructure was severely damaged, and the psychological impact on the population was immense. The global response to this crisis was varied. Countries like the United States continued to express their unwavering support for Israel, while others called for immediate ceasefire and negotiations. The United Nations held emergency meetings in an attempt to negotiate peace, but the conflict continued. The Israel-Hamas conflict has been a pivotal point in American foreign policy, influencing the stance of several key political figures. Former President Trump is a case in point. He has expressed a strong stance on the conflict, vowing to maintain strict immigration policies and even deport supporters of Palestinians should he secure a second term. This stance could have significant implications for international students studying in the United States and cause a shift in the discourse on free speech and academic freedom. But the influence of the Israel-Hamas conflict stretches even further. It has the potential to impact other global issues, such as the war in Ukraine. The ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas could dilute international support for Ukraine, which is already grappling with donor fatigue. This raises questions about how resources are allocated and the role that international politics plays in shaping these decisions. The 2023-2024 Israel-Hamas conflict also influences the global economy. Leaders from Wall Street have expressed concerns about the implications of this regional conflict on economic stability. The conflict adds to geopolitical tensions and contributes to an uncertain economic climate, influencing everything from fiscal policies to interest rates. So while it may be easy to view the Israel-Hamas conflict as a local issue, its reach extends far beyond the borders of Israel and Palestine. It shapes the discourse on free speech and academic freedom, influences how resources are allocated, and contributes to geopolitical tensions. The effects of the Israel-Hamas conflict, particularly the 2023-2024 escalation, extend far beyond the borders of Israel and Palestine. What is life like for Israelis living amidst the turmoil? Imagine waking up each day to the uncertainty of safety, the constant looming threat of conflict. This is the reality for many Israelis. The ongoing conflict with Hamas is viewed by most Israelis as a struggle for survival, a fight against a group they perceive as committed to their destruction. The impact of this conflict seeps into every corner of daily life in Israel. Commutes to work, school runs, trips to the grocery store, all are tinged with a sense of apprehension. The sound of a siren can send people rushing for shelter, not knowing if they'll be the next target of a rocket attack. Beyond the physical danger, the psychological impact is profound. The threat of violence creates a constant undercurrent of stress and anxiety. Children grow up with the knowledge that their safety can be compromised at any moment. The trauma of living in such conditions is immeasurable and shapes the way Israelis view the world around them. Yet, amidst the fear and uncertainty, there is resilience. Israelis continue to go about their daily lives, determined not to let the conflict define them. They celebrate milestones, work towards their dreams, and strive for a sense of normalcy amidst the chaos. This resilience is a testament to the human spirit and its capacity to adapt and endure. Public opinion in Israel is diverse, as in any democratic society. However, a common thread is the desire for peace, security, and the freedom to live without fear. Many Israelis yearn for a resolution to the conflict that ensures their safety and the safety of future generations. For Israelis, the conflict with Hamas is not just a political issue, but a daily reality. What are some lesser-known facts about the Israel-Hamas conflict that might surprise you? When we think about the Gaza Strip, the images that often come to mind are those of destruction and despair. But there's another side to this story that doesn't get as much attention. You might be surprised to learn that despite the ongoing conflict, there's a thriving tech startup scene in Gaza. Yes, you heard it right. Amidst the conflict and chaos, the spirit of innovation and entrepreneurship is alive and well. Young people driven by ambition and the desire to create a better future are turning to technology to overcome the challenges they face. They are building apps, developing software, and creating digital solutions that are not only helping their local communities but are also making a mark on the global stage. These startups are tackling everything from education and healthcare to e-commerce and entertainment, proving that innovation can bloom even in the most unlikely of places. This is not to undermine the severity of the conflict or the suffering of the people, but it is important to recognize the resilience and determination of those who are striving for a better future despite the odds. These innovators are a testament to the human spirit, a beacon of hope in a place often associated with despair. And this is just one of the many untold stories of the Israel-Hamas conflict. There are countless others of people, communities, and organizations working tirelessly to bring about change, to heal, and to rebuild. Amid the bleak realities of the Israel-Hamas conflict, there are glimmers of hope and resilience. So, what have we learned about the Israel-Hamas conflict? We've journeyed through the unseen side of this conflict, understanding the historical context and the profound impact it has on the people involved, particularly from the perspective of Hamas. We've seen how this conflict reverberates beyond its borders, influencing global politics and economies, touching lives far removed geographically from the epicenter of the strife. We've also delved into the Israeli perspective, acknowledging the security concerns that fuel their actions and the pressures they face from both within and outside their borders. This conflict isn't black and white, and it's essential to appreciate the complexities and nuances that shape the narratives on both sides. Then we ventured off the beaten path, exploring some lesser-known facets of the conflict. These insights, often overlooked in mainstream discourse, help us to further unravel the intricate web of this ongoing struggle. Understanding the Israel-Hamas conflict is crucial to fostering empathy and promoting peace in a region that has known conflict for far too long.